This week in Jamaica Now, one last Bolt, the legend hits the track for the last time in competitive racing in Jamaica. GSAT students record improvements in 4 of 5 subjects for 2017, and for the first time in 5 years, boys have outperformed girls in language arts. I did it for my son, why the JPS boss Kelly Tomblin is leaving the company. Tributes pour in for the late JFF president Captain Horace Burrell. And shock in Manchester as a Porus High School student is stabbed to death while trying to part a fight. I'm Damian Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. There is intense anxiety among track and field fans this weekend as sprint legend Usain Bolt hits the track for the last time in Jamaica in a competitive race. The highly anticipated JN Racers Grand Prix takes place at Kingston's National Stadium. It's the home of several historic races for the Sprint King. This was where he set the records in the Class 1 and 4, 200 and 400 meters, and also where he won the 2002 World Juniors gold medal. Several international athletes are in Jamaica for the sporting event, including Alison Felix, David Rudisha, Sally Pearson, Mo Farah, and Wade Van Niekerk. Bolt has labeled the meet a great reception, saying he is looking forward to the energy from his fans. The Education Ministry is reporting improved performances in the Grade 6 Achievement Test this year. According to the ministry, Maths, Language Arts and Communication Task recorded a 4% increase when compared with last year. Performance in Social Studies was up by 1.7%, but Science declined by 4.5%. And for the first time in 5 years, boys outperformed girls in Language Arts. The Education Minister, Rural Reid, says the government will be seeking to exploit technology as a tool to maintain performance. This includes a partnership with Ready TV to broadcast relevant educational material. The Jamaica Public Service Company's super boss Kelly Tomblin is leaving the company come July 7. Canada's Emanuel DaRosa will replace her effective August 1. Tomblin, who joined the JPS in 2012, will be heading to the US-based Intron as CEO. Speaking on Friday morning on Independent Talk on Power 106, Ms. Tomblin said she has decided to head back to the US to provide the help for one of her sons who needs it at this time.
He's 12, he wants his mommy, he needs a variety of education, he wants to play his sports, he's an athlete, he's an artist, and you know, they came with me for 5 years and I have to honor the fact that I made a commitment, didn't quite fulfill it. But long story, but the reason I bring it up, I just know I'm so lucky because I can choose a school, I can have him tested, I can move, and you know, I get teary-eyed every time I say it, but you know, today I'm going to another community that is not an affluent community, and those mommies won't have that option.
Tributes have been pouring in for the late JFF president, Captain Horace Burrell. Burrell died on Tuesday at the age of 67 after a battle with illness. His death has shocked the local and international football fraternity. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the death of Captain Burrell is a loss to many communities throughout the island and will leave a significant gap in the national football program. The opposition leader, Dr. Peter Phillips, said the captain certainly was a visionary and an inspiration to many, and so the name Reggae Boys is remembered because of him. Meanwhile, Sports Minister Olivia Green says Captain Burrell was a patriot who was fully committed to the development of the sport in Jamaica. She says he made history in leading Jamaica, the first English-speaking Caribbean country, to a World Cup final. And there was tribute too for Lady Cook, the widow of former Governor General Sir Howard Cook. Lady Cook died on Monday at the age of 100 years. She had been ailing and had been admitted to the Andrews Memorial Hospital in St. Andrew. There was shock and anguish at the Porus High School in Manchester this week after a student was stabbed to death by another during a fight. The deceased student was said to have been attempting to part the fight when he was stabbed 3 times by the attacker. It's reported that 2 students were in class when an argument escalated into a fight. As the fight escalated, the deceased student intervened and attempted to stop the altercation. That's when a pair of scissors was used to stab him several times in the neck and abdomen. He collapsed and was rushed to the Mandeville Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The attacker, who was also injured in the brawl, was treated and later taken into police custody. Thursday, June 8, marked another historic day in international politics. It's the day when former FBI Director James Comey told a Senate committee that he documented his deliberations with President Donald Trump because he did not trust him. Comey also said Trump lied when he sought to provide the reasons about his sacking. And in another international political development, the UK Prime Minister Theresa May was left embarrassed on Thursday after losing her majority in the British Parliament. May had called a snap election, saying she wanted to increase her 17-seat majority to have a greater clout in negotiating the exit from the European Union. Instead, the Tory party lost several seats, falling 8 short of the 326 needed to form a majority government. She is now seeking a coalition with the DUP of Ireland to form a government. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, postcards to Sprint King Usain Bolt for his final race on home soil.
One love, Usain. One last bolt to the well.